Officials from the Fukushima Daiichi nuclear plant are struggling to prevent radioactive water from leaking into the ocean. They're using a test site to trial a possible solution. The technique involves freezing radioactive water. An NHK crew was allowed into the site. The facility simulates an underground tunnel at the Fukushima plant. The water inside is assumed to be radioactive. Some of it has been frozen. Groundwater has been flowing into the plant's turbine buildings and becomes tainted with radioactivity. Water used to cool melted fuel also becomes contaminated. Some of it has been flowing into underground tunnels connected to the turbine buildings. Highly radioactive water accumulates in these tunnels. TEPCO officials say this is the main source of radioactive water leaking into the sea. This is TEPCO's plan. Pipes are inserted into the tunnels along with a clay-based packer. A liquid coolant then goes into the pipes to freeze the packer and surrounding contaminated water. The ice serves as a wall to stop the water. Workers will then pump out any contaminated water left in the tunnels. TEPCO workers began the experiment in August. They say they created a 2-meter square ice wall in about 6 weeks.
The ice wall is preventing water from flowing in here, so the test shows it's possible to block the flow.
But real tunnels have pipes and other obstacles, so workers conducted a test with such obstacles. They say they could create an ice wall by installing extra coolant pipes. But TEPCO officials face a difficult challenge. The radiation in actual tunnels prevents workers from entering. They have to refer to engineering plans for the plant to install coolant pipes from above ground.
We have to fully understand the structure inside the tunnels by referring to the engineering drawings.
TEPCO officials plan to begin the work to freeze contaminated water early next year. A few months later, they hope to start removing the around 10,000 tons of radioactive water that has accumulated.
From the air, the scale of the problems at Fukushima become clear. The growing mass of storage tanks now dwarfs the plant itself. More than 1 million tons of highly radioactive water is now stored here. It is one of these tanks that is now leaking. It's already lost at least 300 tons. The level of radiation in the leaking water is extremely high.
100 millisieverts per hour is equivalent to the limit for accumulated exposure over 5 years for nuclear workers. So it can be said that we found a radiation level strong enough to give someone a 5-year dose of radiation within 1 hour.
The nuclear plant are struggling to control the flow of radioactive water. The plant's operator says it will step up monitoring and control of the water leaks from storage tanks. Tokyo Electric Power Company says at least 300 tons of highly radioactive water has leaked from a storage tank into the ground. This is the worst leakage from a storage tank since the nuclear accident in March 2011. The tanks are surrounded by a 30-centimeter high concrete barrier, but the attached pipes were left open to drain away rainwater. Most of the contaminated water that leaked out is believed to have seeped underground. The water inside the tank was treated to reduce radioactive cesium, but TEPCO workers detected 100 millisieverts per hour of radiation near the surface of the leaked water. Only half an hour of exposure to this level of radiation is allowed in the course of a year. TEPCO officials stress there is no alternative to using the tanks.
Trying to control the plant need to be on guard every day because of the hazards they face. 2 more workers have been exposed to radiation above the safety limit. It's the second such incident in a week. The workers were waiting for a bus in front of the plant headquarters when an alarm went off indicating rising radiation levels in the air. They went through checks as they were leaving the compound. The readings were up 3 times the safety limit set by the operator. TEPCO officials say the workers are showing no symptoms of radiation poisoning. A week ago, 10 workers were exposed to radiation in the same place. At that time, some managers blamed a mist-generating machine designed to prevent heat stroke, but the machine was not in use.